the victory. It is impossible for America to be the victorious in this universal war because of divine intervention against her. Although she has enough deadly materials manufactured to try to win, can she win against Allah God? She boasts of her materials and be able to destroy the people of Earth 30 times. If she was left free to use the materials, maybe America could win. But the divine die was set against her long before she ever became America. She can try and boast of her idea of minds to deceive her black slave, but she will deceive herself and them. America is made manifest by Almighty Allah God and the person of Master Allah Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, that she is a total deadly enemy against her one slave. For many years, I have written that America's greatest sin is the evil done to her black slave. Allah God tends to repay her for what she has done. She deceived the black slave right at the point of total destruction. She tried to rule the so-called Negran with false and temporary promises by offering him high political jobs to keep him from turning his attention to self and kind. The black politicians could and should use this political knowledge to benefit self and kind. While America isolating the messengers of God from their minds with these false promises that make them to hate the messenger of God and to work against him, although the messenger of God is working for the interests of the black slave. The eyes and ears of Allah God are open, looking and listening to the actions. It is not necessary for Allah God to use mechanical devices. Allah God is physically will, and he has real physical eyes and ears. He's capable of seeing and hearing everything we do and say. He has power to defeat us in our plans, which are against his plans. The American slaveholders want to deceive the so-called into believing that Allah God is not paying attention to them. The white man wants them to believe that he is a God that they should pay attention to. I warn my people who believe in the idea that the white man is the God that they should pay attention to. You will come up the losers. Allah God is backing me up and the work he has given me to do. The work he has given me to do is for your own black starvation. If you think that you have starvation with the white man, then go ahead with him. I'm not here to force you against your own will, but I want you to know that if you are looking to white America for your starvation, you are headed with them to your and their destruction. There is no hope for America to win the war. There is no hope for the black man and the future of America. For America has no future for itself. She will not be able to win the war. The scholars and scientists know that America cannot win. It is not just I alone saying this. The scholars and scientists will tell us America cannot win. And we know by divine prophecy that America cannot win. If it were just Russia, China, Vietnam, and Korea using the judgment on how best to destroy each other, maybe America could win, for she has as much as they have in war, materials, and scientific preparation. America is capable of going out of the atmosphere of the earth and to fight them from there, but she will not be able to go out of the atmosphere of the earth and destroy the black man of the earth. It is only a mistake that one should believe in America's ability to build a race station in the air on the moon, for she will not be able to use it against us. The divine plans is set to destroy her. We have many things out there in space that we can be brought into action against America or any other nation today. For Allah is the greatest. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to my brothers and sisters. The mother plane. Now the mother plane was made to destroy this world of evil and to show the wisdom and mighty power of God who came to destroy an old world and set up a new world. Amen. They don't understand that, man. They don't see. Our judgment is here. The judgment have come to America, and it's like, for some reason, you look up, you see immorality is here too, and you know what I mean. Some of our people rather to get underneath that task because he got so much to offer. Satan has so much to offer you in very little bit of time. See, you gotta understand. In the midst of time we live in, Satan is willing to give you half his kingdom if you partake. He told Jesus that in Matthew 4:9, all these things I give you if you bow down. There was a passage that a rich man came over to Jesus and says, "Good teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Jesus says, "One thing you lack. Give all you have and just come on, follow me." But the rich man, he was all these things I kept. And then Jesus said, the commandments, honor your father and mother. And see, when you a wealthy person, how many wealthy people we see in the entertainment world, celebrities, and there's a lot of homelessness. How many people you see that spend some time out their day and look around in the world and see every homeless, standing on the street corners? And all they probably asking for is something to eat, and not asking for much. But every day we drive past on our way to church, you got every homelessness standing on the streets. But see, this is why I say we not getting out today where the problem is. You see, we don't even worry about the problems. We'll walk over our brothers and sisters like a neon and walk right past them. So how hard would it be for the rich man to enter into the kingdom than that camel to go to the eyes of a needle? It's going to be very hard in the time we live in. Because when the Lord comes, he's not coming for no further instructions. He's not coming to give the world any guidance. So we see the nature of a new world is righteousness. You see, the nature of a new world cannot be righteousness as long as unrighteousness is in its midst. See, the same type of plane was used by the original God to put mountains on this planet. Our God, who came in a person, the Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise or due forever, is wiser than any God before him, as the Bible and Holy Quran teaches. He taught me that this plane will be used to raise mountains on this planet Earth. The mountains that he will put on this earth will not be very high. He will raise these mountains to a height of 1 mile over the United States of America. This reminds us of the prophet prediction of this time of destruction of the old world and the bringing in of a new world. Behold, the Lord makes the earth empty and makes it waste and turn it upside down and scatter abroad the inhabitants thereof. We see the Bible. We see Isaiah 24, verse 1. There are plains and various nations today, but this is the mother of them all. Why? Because this type of plane was used before the making of this world. Why should God make such a sign of his power to destroy a nation? Because this is the final destruction of that people who have opposed God and his purpose and aim for justice and righteousness. The white race is not a people who was made righteous and then turned to unrighteousness. It was made unrighteous by the false God who made them. Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, taught me that this plane is capable of reaching a height of 40 miles above the earth. His words could have been a sign meaning 40 years, which the plane will go into action. And that referring actually to 40 miles. Allah God does not speak one word that does not have a meaning. Every word that he speaks has a meaning. The mother plane, according to what had been described of by the devil scientists, is capable of not only staying up for a long period of time, but also is capable of alluring the scientists. They want to attack and destroy it. If a plane did get close enough to attempt to carry out this purpose, it will be destroyed instead. The white men have learned that this is not a plane to be played with. Planes come out of the mother planes. In the 1930s, the Canadian newspapers reported that they saw the wheel, mother plane. It came down out of the sky. They admitted that it looks like a great city. That something came down from it. It appears to be a tube. But that tube-like thing went back up again. Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, taught me that after 6 months to a year, we see the mother plane come into gravity of the earth. It takes on oxygen and hydrogen in order to prevent it to stay out of the earth gravity until it needs refueling again. So you gotta understand, though, even a white man knows that this is not a plane to be played with. Planes come out of the motherships. There's 1,500 small planes that come out of the mothership. They gonna see, what they not gonna tell you all is that the U.S. military's been trying to go to war back into the days, back in the modern days. They know what this. They know even during the incident in Roswell, even 1930, the Canadians report that they saw the mothership. And see, 1947, during the Roswell incident, they was willing to try to war, but they so advanced. Their technology is this so advanced. Beyond their technology is this, it's so unexplainable. Because brothers and sisters, they travel through the earth gravity. 40 miles it comes through earth. And they know that this is not a plane to be played with. They've been here from ancient times. The governments know about it because they've been a war on this planet. And what they feel to tell you that this is a plane not to be played with, not to be taken lightly. I want to say this before I get to the Ezekiel prophecy of the will. These planes because your president Donald Trump says shoot them down without a thorough investigation. They know where they are. You heard what Trump says. They can track it. It can follow. I mean, our you know what I mean. Our military can follow where they are, where they go. I'm gonna say this. They so advanced, and the mother plane can produce its own power. It don't need to feed on the earth. But it can produce its own power. And I'm gonna say this because I seen these orbs, and I seen these orbs have power. It can transform in different shapes and sides. I seen this tube-like thing, and the tube-like thing can change into an orb, into a triangle. Yes, I see, and I know why they here. They can't war with something that they can't shoot down because it's too visible. It could be invisible. It could be invisible. Excuse me. Yes, we are definitely brothers in this battle. We are in a spiritual battle with the oppressors. We are y'all. I want y'all to understand what I'm saying, where I'm coming from. We are in a spiritual warfare. That's why if you read Ephesians 6:12, our battle is not with flesh and blood, but with the ruler, with this dark world, the principalities, the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realm. Y'all have to understand who we wrestling with. We're wrestling with the government, our world leaders, the people that don't have it today. There have been no answers today regarding to your problems, and been no answers when they can fund trillions of dollars and fund all that money over there to a war that don't make sense. It's like almost America love to escalate in a war they can't win. Just yesterday, I'm seeing they drafting young mans. I'm seeing people are being in this draft dressed in military combat suits, man. Young people, man. And I'm gonna say it like this, man, because I don't want to make it like I'm busting anybody's bubble here. Our people know what it was like when we went in Mexico and the Philippines. Our people knew what it's like when we fought Pearl Harbor. Black people died throughout the streets in the cities just to save of independency, which really it was never a day for them to even celebrate independency. When they took the land from the native Indians, see, independency that they celebrate was to just celebrate the joy of others. When they wrote in the Constitution of laws and wrote in the Declaration of Laws, brothers, 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 we are in this mess. And this is why I said if a house is divided, then you see that house cannot stand. and Satan and his kingdom is divided, he cannot stand because his end is coming. You see it? So now it says Ezekiel prophecy of the will. Ezekiel saw the mother plains and the will, according to the Bible. He looked up and saw this plain. In Ezekiel 1:16, he called it a will because it was made like a will. A plain that is will shaped can turn in any direction at any time. He admitted that the plain was so high that it looks dreadful. And he cried out, "Oh will." Ezekiel chapter 10:13. Ezekiel saw great works going on in the will and four living creatures. And the work was as it were a will in the middle of a will. Ezekiel 1:16. And when the living creatures went, the will went with them. And when the living creatures was lifted up from the earth, the will was lifted up. Ezekiel 1:19. The power of the lifting up of the four creatures was in the will. The four creatures represent the four colors of the original people of the earth. There are five great powers of the nation of the earth. The five great powers are the black, brown, yellow, red, and white are the four original powers. Red is not an equal power. The vision shows the four creatures being lifted up from the earth. And when the wheel was lifted up, they was lifted up. And when the wheel stood, they stood. This means that they waited upon the movement of the will. In Ezekiel's vision concerning the will, he says that he heard the voice of the one tell the others to take hold of fire and to scatter it over the cities. This means bombs. It could mean fire too, however. The plan is to drop bombs which will ultimately be timed to burrow quickly to a position of 1 mile below the surface of the earth without time to explore. Let me tell you something. When your president Donald Trump says shoot them down, the plane is to drop bombs on the city, man. Each plane that comes out of the mothership, the small planes that come, like the 1,500 small planes that come out of this mothership, each of them carry bombs, man. Whether y'all want to hear this, I want to say each of them carry bombs to drop on the city. See, don't y'all find it kind of like suspicious what happened with these plane crash in D.C. and Philadelphia? You know, we don't really know if people are hijacking the planes or they hijacking setting devices in the planes, causing them to crash. Hey, hey, look, we don't know, but look, there are planes shouting through America almost daily, and each of these small planes is carrying bombs. Some people, some people think it's a meteor that came down. But listen to this. Ezekiel vision concerning the will. He says that he heard the voice of one tell the others to take hold of fire and to scatter it over the cities. This means bombs. See, I know what happened in L.A. There was strange UFO sightings that the people said. I call them none other than the motherships, mother planes. But if we just don't know where they are, a lot of people are afraid undimmed flying objects, undimmed flying objects, right? UFOs. That's the best way to word it for some people. But people say they seen orbs. They seen these orange orbs that was glowing, going through Los Angeles. It was just like a pattern. It says here that when Ezekiel vision was concerning the will, he says that he heard the voice of one tell the other to take coal of fire and scatter it over the cities. To take coal of fire. See these orbs, they can sprinkle fire down. Fire down. They can cause a fire that can just happen. Like it was overnight. right? It was during the night that that fire just rapidly just next thing you know, it surprised a lot of people. Next thing you know, within that next day, there was forced evacuation over 130,000 people, and you've seen the numbers start to increase. But you gotta understand that the day with the Lord is gonna be resorted for fervent fire and heat on the day of the ungodly people. This is true. So it says this means bombs. It can mean fire too, however. See, the plan is to drop bombs, which will automatically be timed to burrow quickly to a position of 1 mile below the surface of the earth where they are timed to explode. See, Allah God taught me that these bombs are not to be dropped into the water. They are to be dropped only on the city. It will be the work of the will. The will is the power of the four creatures named the four colors of the black man, the black, brown, yellow, red. The red Indian is the benefit also for the judgment of the world. We must remember that God comes to separate from the righteous that which is hindering the righteous from making progress and destroy the effect of the poison of that which has opposed the righteous. The effect of the poison will be fully destroyed at the destruction of the source of the poison which has poisoned the righteous. It's like one being bitten by a rattlesnake. Quickly, medication is administered in order to minimize the effect of the poison upon flesh and blood until a complete cure is effected and the patient is well again. It is useless to try to ignore Ezekiel's vision of the will for the make and destructive work of the will was foretold before it came to pass. The disbelievers believe that which he see present and not that which is prophesied to come. This is why he is the losers and take the course of hell, because he disbelieved in that which is prophesied to come about in a particular day. This is what the enemy is trying to do today with the black man. He's fascinating him with sport and play, and they're doing the evil to keep him from going to the God who is present. You never thought the day would come when when you would see your wife, mother, an old grave-headed woman walking down the streets today, half nude. A few years ago, they would have dared to come out into the public like that. But now they do so because the devil has put his improve on this kind of entire. They desire to please the devil. They do whatever the devil bid them to do. The devil desired to take the black man with him to his doom. Let us not classify the prophet as liars and ignore the prophecy, for we may cause ourselves destruction through belief in the devil instead of the belief in a God of righteousness. There is no equal of the mother plane. This is the reason why she is called the mother plane. The mother plane is made for the purpose of destroying the present world. She has no equal. Do not be surprised at the make of this plane, since it is from the God who made the universe of floating planets and stars which are supported only by the power of Allah and their rotation and their orbits. Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, taught me that the mother plane is a little human made planet. It is not simple for Allah God to make a new planet if He wants to. The mother plane is capable of staying out of the Earth's gravity for a whole year. She is capable of producing her own oxygen and hydrogen as any other planet is able to do. The mother plane carrying the same type of bombs on her that a black scientist dropped on the planet Earth to build mountains out of the earth after the planet Earth was created. The knowledge how to do this had not been given to the world right race, nor will they ever get this kind of knowledge. The knowledge of the world is limited. If the devil will get this kind of knowledge, we could just say that we are goers. However, they are not able to attain this kind of knowledge. What does a 6 day old baby right race look like? Trying to complete with a 6 year old child, black nation. For the 6 year old child can run all out in the yard and play. He can eat solid food. The power of the 6 day old baby is limited. The knowledge and power of this world, life, white race is limited. The world of the white man was made from what he found and what he has seen and learned from the work of the original black man. The white race is far from being able to equal the power and the wisdom of the original black man. The mother plane and the work is a display of the power of the mighty God, Master Falad Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever. Master Falad Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, is the wisest and best known. He is the mightiest of them all. Oh, will, said the prophet Ezekiel. She was so high up in the sky that she looks dreadful. She is capable of staying away from you, who plans the destruction of her. She is capable of confusing you, who will try to reach her with your means of destruction. There are scientists on the mother plane who knows what you are thinking about before the thought materializes. Holy Quran, Surah 50, verse 16. Therefore, it is impossible to try to attack the mother plane. She can attack you, but you cannot attack her. The mother plane can hide behind other stars and make herself invisible to the eyes because she does not have to wait on the power from the earth. She can produce her own power, go wherever she desires to go in space. The mother plane is not like your little bullets or camera, which are powered by your limited powers. The Bible prophesies that today Allah God wished to make known to us that He is God. He wished to be respected as the supreme God. He wished all life and the universe to know that He is the greatest. The Muslim recognize Allah God to be the greatest. He always repeat, you are the greatest. There is no God like unto you. None deserve to be served or worshipped besides you. Almighty will, I repeat, that there is plenty significance to make of the mother plane. There is much significance to the course operation of her work. See, space in this book is limited, but what Allah God taught me concerning the mother plane can be put into book forms. O will, make to rock the earth and to heap up mountains upon earth. O will, destroyer of the nation. No wonder the prophet Isaiah prophesied it, that the earth shall read to and fro like a drunkard. The Bible, Isaiah 24:20. Let us seek refuge in Allah, God, from the destructive works to come from His mother, a plane. The decision. The Holy Quran, chapter 78, verse 2, of the tremendous announcement. The day of decision, we are now living in a time in which we must decide on what shall we do. It is very important that we arrive at a solution, come to define agreement. You black men of America are holding back your decision. You are waiting because of the people who have brought this day a decision to us by the way of rule. The rule is in the way of injustice. Now the God of justice before us. We must decide upon whether or not we will accept a change of rule, remain under the present rule that is passing from the scene. He must decide rightly in order to relieve the people of oppression, of injustice. Let our decision be for the benefits of our present and our future generation. We have no objection to that person who makes up his mind to remain in what he is already in. However, this announcement of great importance is laid before you and me, so that we may come to some kind of decision, agreement on what we shall do about the truth of this announcement. The announcement is the truth. It is asking us to decide on whether or not we are going to accept the truth, remain in falsehood. It is called a day of decision. Decide this day which God you shall serve, God of freedom, justice, and equality, or the same old wicked God, whom Allah God is here to bring an end to. The wicked rulers veil the eyes of the people with falsehood, so that the people may take falsehood for truth and truth for falsehood. This is what the Bible and Holy Quran teach us. All of the important announcements made by the prophet from Moses to the present day. See, the enemy of truth had deceived the people and made the people think that they was listening to falsehood. It made the people think that the prophet and his God was too weak to prevail over falsehood with truth. What is said here in this writing is directed to the black man in America. He is the real one who must decide on whether or not to remain in what he is in or accept a better world that is ruled by the God of freedom, justice, and righteousness. My black brothers, I want you to know that you are in a pitiful condition here in this day in which the announcement is being made to you to make up your mind about what you are going to do. In plain words, I wish to write here and tell you that you do not have a long time in which to decide on what you want to do. Thinking that you have a long time to decide is a mistake that the people made in the past. Noah's people and Lot's people was the losers for ignoring the announcement from these worthy prophets. They waited for they thought that what they had was going to continue to be. We here in America do not have to wait and see, for America is folding up under her divine chastisement and destruction taking place before your and my eyes. Also, the Bible and Holy Quran prophesied it at these days and what is going on. These days are the days of judgment of Allah God against the wicked. To see more may mean the end of your life and my life as it was for the people in Noah and Lot, ready to see more. They could not come to the decisive point of agreement. They waited, and maybe you too will wait. To wait for the truth to be fulfilled means that we will suffer the consequences of the truth for not accepting the truth. The day of decision. As there was opponents of the prophet in the past, we have opponents and the prophet in this modern time. With all other warning that was given before, these days we can make our decision so easily. Remember, the people of Noah had no prophets nor scriptures before Noah. Again, remember, they even as late as the time of Moses. People of Noah, the Israelites, have no previously scriptures before Moses. You, black people, are better off. You have all the scriptures that was given to the prophets throughout the whole 6,000 years of the white man on the planet Earth. And then you will be so foolish as to delay in making a good decision until you see something happen. As the Holy Quran and Bible teach us, till you see the angels coming in a cloud of heaven before you make up your mind. But still, probably, you will reject that. Surely will not come in a cloud of heaven. But as the Holy Quran teaches you, it will not be a good day for you who have waited for such time. When the angel come in a cloud of heaven, they will not be coming to do anything like preaching or giving you further knowledge. It prophesies that on the day of judgment, The angel will come to execute judgment on you for not believing. Save those who do believe. The preachers, the messengers, is the first to be judged. And then angels come to execute judgment on those who did not believe the message. The angels in the time of Lot are a good warning to you today. Those people was lost. Angels came to execute judgment on opponents and disbelievers of Lot in the city of the plain where he was living. The day of decision only means the resurrection and judgment of the present world. As Jesus prophesied it, as it was in the days of Noah, Abraham, and Lot, so it will be today. There was eating, drinking, having a good time, as they call it. But it's not a good time. It is a wicked time. The history teaches us that by waiting, there was the losers. But yet it will be the same today. It is the same for what's going on now. You are rejecting this truth. And you are accepting falsehood instead. Naturally, the enemy of truth is angry with the bearers of truth. Because by nature, the enemy was not made of truth. He was made of falsehood. But again, the Bible teaches us that whosoever believes the same shall be saved. This is truth. Whether he is white or black, if a white man, woman, boy, or girl believe, even though by nature they are not the real righteous, their faith will get them out of hell that Allah God threatened this world with. And a time will be prolonged. Excuse me. I'm sure that you know this. They also know this. A remnant of them will escape. If they have the faith in Allah God and his religion, Islam. And Jesus prophesied it in the Bible that even though enemy give one of his least one, a believer, a drink of water, and that being an act of goodness, but God will not deprive that act of goodness of its reward. Make up your mind. Come to a right decision. I warn you. When shall you see all these things? Jesus prophesied that when we see the fulfillment of the prophecy of this time, then we shall know by such acts of the people, strange actions that we have never witnessed it before, carried it on by the people. Know that the end is near, even at the doors. The Bible prophesies in Daniel and Matthew, saying that this is a time that man has never seen before. And man will never see such time again after this time. Strange happening. Prophecy Jesus says that parents will be against children. Children will be against parents. We do not see these things being fulfilled today, right in our eyes. Not only parents against children, children against parents, but parents are murdering their children. Children are murdering their parents. In some families, the parents kill their children, and then they commit suicide themselves. So going on today in this old USA, where the gospel of Jesus is preached every hour of the day, somewhere in a land. In this time in which we are now living, there is no respect for dignity. President leaving the country to travel far to meet with rulers of foreign countries to discuss the strange things that are happening and the strange things that will happen between the nations. The beautiful and rich country of America, to which many people of Europe and Asia migrated, seeking refuge in this country, as the prophecy is now coming into fulfillment. In that day and time, everyone will begin to go away from America instead of coming to America. As the Revelation, the Bible teaches us of the prophecy that they would stand afar off and see the fire of her, America burning, and for fear of it, they will lift up their hands and their voices, and they will lament for her. America trades is cut off, and all of her delicious and delicate things that she used to have in trays. It is all gone. 1 hour, one day, it came to pass here in the Western Hemisphere. The most wicked people who ever lived on earth are in the Western Hemisphere. And as the Bible teaches us, that God says that to him, this is like Solomon and Gomorrah. He allowed God did say that the wickedness of the days of Noah and his people and Lot's and his people, the Stalamites, was no more than child's play compared to this wickedness of today. For they are highly educated. They are scientists and making wickedness from themselves. You see this? You see how Hollywood being turned upside down? The people you see is like Solomon. They're like Gomorrah. You can't make this up. You see, immorality is now here. And people would to take part into that. You see, when it's mentioned Babylon had become a nation of devils. See, Babylon was the habitation of devils. See, she was the goddess queen, the mother of prostitutes. She was a whore. And she seduced the world with her morality. She produced the world with her fornication. And you see, every nation is taking part. See, you see what's going on. You see what's going on in the music industry. Black celebrities target, man. Because they're willing to do Satan's bidding. You can't sell, I've been saying, you can't sell your gift in this day and time. You have to claim and walk in the feet of Jesus. See, when Jesus said, this world is not worthy of me. See, you'll lose your life if you're trying to save it. But whoever hates their life and hates this world will save it. You see. So you're not worthy to be a true follower of Jesus the Christ. Because you have to deny yourself. And see, Jesus told Peter, oh yeah, you're going to deny me. Watch on the third watch. When the rooster crowed 3 times, you're gonna deny me that you ever knew me. See, we can preach the gospel of Jesus throughout America, right? But when there's police brutality out in the streets, you don't hear no pastor preaching what's going on in our society, what's going on in the justice system, what's going on in our educational system, what's going on in the legal systems, what's going on in politics, political issues, what's going on. You see. But you hear the gospel of Jesus preached every hour of the day somewhere in the land where there's murdering, robbery, rape, drug addiction are prone the streets. We see day and night, up and down the streets, people are killing, murdering each other. We do not know very much about what is going on in Europe. But we do see it right here In the city of Chicago, Illinois, the radio and television announced to the public that murdering and killing are taking place continually. When shall you see all these things? You see, today is great disrespect of one another. Mother and her daughters are walking the streets in shame to the public or decent minded people. Excuse me. They are throwing their clothes aside from their bodies, trying to keep nothing covered but their shame. Some bury cover their shame, as it was in the days of Noah. And Lot, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. The Son of Man come to judge man and mankind. The days have come. As Daniel prophesied it, the Bible, Daniel 9:26 and 27. And to the end of the war, desolation are determined. And for the overspreading of abomination, he shall make it desolate, even until the consummation. And that determined it shall be poured upon the desolate. Just think about it. At the end of the war, desolation. So that putting end to the hope of those who expect to see a great boost of prosperity after the war. In the days of Noah, the children of the Stalamites came out happy that one, and that was the end. They saw a cloud making up. You just consider that it was a regular rain cloud, but that was the end. In the Bible prophecy of Jesus, we see Matthew 24:38 and 39. For as in the days that was before the flood, there was eating, drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. In the time of Noah, the people of Noah was having parties as you are doing today. And that day was the end. In the time of Solomon and Gomorrah, they were so wicked that they was willing to go to war with the angels in the house of Lot. The Sodomites attacked the angels of God, who had power to destroy the Sodomites almost instantly. The Sodomites warned that they had been watching the angel visiting the house of Lot. A terrible time is gradually approaching upon us. A time so terrible that it will make children's grave head. The Holy Quran teach us. The Bible teaches us there will be a time never witnessed by man, and there will be such time in the hereafter. It is a great time. Day and night, storms are coming in the country. It is storming day and night. The Holy Quran prophesies a disaster one right after another. This we are witnessing with our own eyes. Oh, America. Oh, America. Where shall you flee? The Holy Quran teaches us, black man, to take refuge in Allah. Let people laugh at you if you invite them to do righteousness. They make mock of you doing right. So did the people of Noah and Lot. As it is said, so beautiful in Jesus' prophecy, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. When shall you see all these things? That now you see, no, it is here. We are living in the end. My black people, I said, fly to Allah, God, for refuge. Come follow me. I may look weak, but through me, you'll find refuge in Allah. The judgment is near. And everywhere that we look and everything that we can think about marks the end of this world. There never was a time in the history of the United States of America that the president goes out to try to visit the heads of all of their nation that seem to be somewhat is equal. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna end the live. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace. Shalom.